this. Day 5, you guys. This has been quite the week. I'm very proud of all of you for all the progress that you have made. And the progress isn't necessarily just in the physical. What are the things that you became more aware of when it comes to your nutrition and your movement? Did you learn that steady state cardio is not as beneficial to you, or it doesn't give you as much bang for your buck as far as time is concerned as high intensity interval training? We talked a lot about our food portions, and just even by changing that, you can see very big progress. Just knowing that this is the appropriate amount of protein during this meal, what to pair with each meal. It's something, unfortunately, I don't know. I don't think they teach it in school, but they just don't talk much about it. And even back when I was in school, it was the 4 main food groups, and we just didn't hear a lot about gluten and preservatives and even carbs, even what was it? The Dr. Atkins diet. That was really big back in the 90s, which would be similar to what we call the keto diet. It's been around for a long time, but as far as people being aware of it, there's just so much we just don't know and didn't know. So that's the goal of this challenge, is to just shed some light on food, nutrition, which I know is everyone's biggest hang up, but even movement, feeling confident in the gym, knowing what to do, how to do it correctly is really important too. And this is just the beginning. This is just kind of the baby step into what is very much going to be a huge journey for a lot of you, hopefully all of you. I'm going to put this right here. Oh, there we go. So I just appreciate everybody doing the challenge, being a part of it. I'd like to know everyone's results. I'd like to know your thoughts. So email me back. You should have gotten an email today with one last workout, and keep those workouts, keep all of those things so that you can continue improving upon them, dialing those in. I like to keep things simple and master those things, and then you can dial things in even more. But you really need to lay that foundation and get confident in those basic moves, because those basic moves are the foundation of getting connected to your body, understanding what part of your body is needing to work, how that feels. I know a lot of the time it just takes a while just even to feel the right body part during a certain move, and just to really get connected to that. That's a huge part of the battle. We talk about the mind and the mind muscle connection. That's dealing with the mind. Your mindset is also a big part. I shared a lot yesterday with you guys about my personal journey, and making myself a priority, and how I didn't do that, and that got me in some pretty hot water, and I almost didn't survive it. And I think one of the things that helps me in my mind, that experience worth it, is if I can help someone else not go down that road. And that is a big reason why my passion for this is so big. And I probably repeat myself a lot. If you follow me on Instagram or on even Facebook, I repeat myself a lot, because it takes that repetition of hearing it over and over and over again for it sometimes to sink in and to understand the power. Or maybe you're just not ready yet. Maybe you thought you wanted to do this challenge, or it wasn't the right timing for you. Let me just say, the timing thing, it just never is the right timing. It never is convenient. So you just got to make it work. I will be doing more of these challenges and teaching this foundational element of this journey that we really all should be on. We all have a level. We want our health and our fitness is not just a hobby for some. This should be something everybody is honing in on and dialing in, especially the older we get, the more responsibilities we have. You've got to do something with that stress. You got to do something with all of those responsibilities and the weight that that has on you. And so working out and fueling your body with the proper food and nutrition or supplements is a huge part of that. So I'm not just speaking to those fitness buffs. I'm speaking to all of you. And so taking that time, learning to take that time out for yourself is quite large. It's challenging. We tend to just give, right? Does this resonate with anyone? Just giving to everybody else and putting yourself last, or maybe not even on the priority list. That is a really dangerous way to go. And don't feel selfish. Don't feel bad. Don't apologize. Don't feel like this is something that you are just privileged to be able to do. This, you owe it to yourself. It's a responsibility that you have to yourself to take care of you. And then you're going to be able to take care of the other people in your life. But don't think that putting yourself first above some other things that maybe you hadn't in the past is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Don't let people make you feel bad. You might have that. You might have some family that just doesn't understand it, or your partner that doesn't understand it, but they don't have to. They don't have to understand it. I just would hope that they can respect that and let you do your thing. You stay in your lane, they stay in their lane. And if not, and they want to put a lot of pressure on you, there's you got to think about the people that you have in your life. If they're not supportive of you taking care of yourself and being your best, then do they really love you? Do they really want the best for you? And if somebody's in your life that doesn't support that, that is a red flag. You need to look long and hard into that. And I don't tell people just leave their partners, but leave them, leave the toxicity, whatever the situation is. And if that means you just walk away into another room, if that means you just go to the gym and let them deal with their stuff, that's what I mean by walk away. Walk away from the situation. Don't get pulled in. Don't ever let somebody make you feel guilty for taking time for yourself and taking care of yourself. That is something I learned big time. And I don't. And my kids, I want them to know that that is something that they need to do and not ever feel bad about. They are not here to just serve every single person in their life and neglect themselves. And in turn, you actually will be a better person and be more available for people in a deeper, more intimate way. And you're going to be healthier. So this really is a holistic approach to life, your quality of life. I really feel like the decision just needs to be a decision. And then you're going to have a plan, and then you'll get results, and then the motivation comes. And it'll just keep coming and coming once you get that traction. And a lot of my 12-week gals, that's what they get. They finally get fed up with where they're at and hire me to customize their plan, help them understand what is going to be best for them. And we work around lifestyle, responsibilities, jobs. Some of it we do have to change. There's some things you have to do differently, but that's okay. You got to be willing to grow. You've got to be teachable and adaptable. So that's what that 12-week program is. And then that is a great next step for some of you. And I've already kind of talked about what that was like. And if you wanted to connect with me on a breakthrough session, then we can talk, and we will get, I'll just do the breakthrough session with you and make sure you know exactly what your next step is. And then if it's a fit, it's a fit. If it's not, it's not. My son is calling me like crazy. He doesn't understand I'm on the phone. I'm just gonna tell him. All right, I'm meeting them. That's why I'm in my car. I'm meeting them. My son is getting a consult on, we think it's a hernia. So this is what I got to do. This is my office. A lot of the times I'm sitting outside doctor's office right now, waiting for my son to show up. So, but I want to really encourage anybody who's really interested in knowing what those next steps look like will reach out. I'll put my the calendar link in the description or in the comments. It's all over this Flab to Fab page. Make an appointment with me, make a session so we can connect and talk about that. I would love to do that. And if it feels right, it feels right. If it doesn't, no harm done, right? You at least got to take these recipes and some great knowledge and all of that stuff with you. And then that's your next step in your journey. Everybody has a different journey. So I just wanted to give everyone an opportunity that if this is their next step, I'd love to be there to guide and to help and support anybody who's wanting to do that. So go ahead and make that schedule that time with me. You'll pick a time that works good for you. Then there's a small intake form, and it'll just help me get to know where you're at a little bit better and make the most of our time together. So I am so excited to connect with a lot of you. Let me know what kind of results you guys got, things you learned, things that improved, awarenesses that you made, all of that stuff, because we all have wins. And it's important that you're able to recognize those wins and identify those every single day. Even if you had a crap day, you need to be able to look at what went well and what do I appreciate? What am I grateful for? Because that's what this is about. That's what life's about, is the experience. But if we make our experience this negative thing and we focus on all the things that we think went wrong, you see, nothing goes wrong. Everything is happening, and what you do with it, it may not have been a fun thing for you, but what you do with it is what's important. How you respond to it is what's important. Some people say everything happens for a reason. It's like, well, some people believe that. Some people use that as, well, the reason that this happened was for this. I could have said my experience with my prescription meds was a horrible thing. I didn't do anything. I didn't deserve that. Or I could say, you know what, I am being trusted with a great responsibility to reach out to people, to share people, be vulnerable and transparent to people about what I have experienced, even though it can bring shame, it can bring embarrassment, it can be a very vulnerable thing, and it can bring on judgment. I don't care. I don't care about the judgment. Bring it on, because everybody has their thing. And if someone wants to judge you and bring shame onto you, well, shame on them, because I guarantee you that they've got those skeletons too in their closet. So don't let somebody make you fearful of that. What if I fail? That's the question. What if I fail? But what if you don't? And that's your decision. You get to choose. So choose. Have an amazing day, you guys. You'll be getting some correspondence with me in your email. I look forward to hearing back from a lot of you. Have a great day.